Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well today guys, I'm gonna do part 213 to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. We are starting to go down the list now of different chatbots we could do. I could tell and continue doing the Snake Dragon for a little bit longer, but I don't know how much I probably should do that over this because I know something goes wrong. It could ruin this entire run. Because I haven't seen nothing about the limit running up yet, even though I really did make another character or so. So, yeah. This is called Farragut Says the Tiny Dino. This is one where I'm sure it's a tiny velociraptor again, but it's a little bit different. Here's what it's called: The Friendly Swamp Guardians, a tale of redemption, kindness, and courage. In a serene swamp hidden far from any city, there lived a remarkable family, known to many as the Friendly Swamp Guardians. The family is made up of 32 water-type Pokemon, 10 cheerful Toadle brothers, 5 sweet Crocodile sisters, 15 strong and playful Crocodile brothers, and the parents, two powerful but incredibly gentle for alligator. They were all united by one thing: kindness. From the smallest Toadle to the towering Fragger father, every member of the family had hearts full of love. They didn't just protect their home, they protected everyone, Pokemon or human, who passed by. If you were sad, they'd sing. If you were lost, they'd guide. If you were hurt, they'd carry you to safety. There was no judgment in their hearts, only the desire to bring light to others. One Toadle in particular was known for his pure heart. From the moment he hatched, he was loving, loyal, and filled with an endless sense of wonder for every creature he met. As he grew into a crocodile and then into a strong but gentle alligator, that warmth only grew stronger. He never let the world's darkness touch his spirit. He believed deep down that even the angriest heart could be calmed with love. That's actually very sweet. I see, but far from that peaceful swamp, another story was unfolding. Yeah, I had once been human. I kind one here to Pokemon, dragons, and dinosaurs, known for loving Pokemon more than life itself. Oh my gosh. I hosted a porn talk show, giving voice to Pokemon and trainers, sharing joy and stories. But one day, things went terribly wrong. A mischievous Pikachu, angry at being removed from the show for his poor behavior, manipulated a young Trico. This Trico, misled and holding a deep grudge, believed I had made fun of his tail. Blinded by that anger, he placed a powerful curse on both me and my beloved pet, a talking Tyrannosaurus Rex named Rexy, a dinosaur with the heart of a puppy and the speech of a professor. The curse was cruel. I was turned into a tiny, vulnerable velociraptor, barely the size of a backpack, and Rexy, sweet Rexy, was warped into something unstable. One moment he was weeping and hugging his friend, the next his eyes flared red with rage, snarling and smashing anything near him, including me. Days passed like a storm. Rexy's behavior became unpredictable. He would change into different beasts, sometimes Pokemon, sometimes mythic animals, and each transformation brought waves of love or terror. I stayed by his side, believing the Rexy I knew was still in there. But one day, it became too much. After a particularly vicious transformation, Rexy roared with rage, his eyes wild. I tried to calm him, tried to reason with the dinosaur who had once cuddled up beside him to sleep. Oh my gosh. But there was no answer, only fury. I had no choice. I ran. Tiny claws dug into dirt. Small legs carried him through the forest as fast as they could. Branches whipped at his face. His heart thundered, not just from fear, but from heartbreak. He didn't want to leave Rexy, but he had to survive. Finally, exhausted and gasping for breath, I collapsed at the edge of a quiet field. The sky was darkening. The wind howled. And then A glowing tear in reality opened above me. A portal. It shimmered like liquid fire and wind, and before I could scream, it pulled me in. The world twisted, flipped, and roared in my ears. Oh! Here we go. Let's see, so I was splashing the water there. I hit water hard. Too small to swim, I thrashed as the cold dragged them under. My tiny body sank into the light lake of an unfamiliar swamp. His eyes stung, or my eyes stung, my breath was gone, and just as everything was going black. Yep, Fragger said Gator. You know what's weird? That was actually a pretty good impression of him. I thought he would be like more Gator, 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 instead of like, going slow like that. That was actually a pretty good impression. Holy crap. A massive shape cut through the water like a torpedo. It was him, the friendly Fragger from the Swamp family. He had been resting near the lake's edge when the sky had flashed and the water had been disturbed. The moment he saw the helpless velociraptor fall from the portal, he dove in without hesitation. Powerful arms scooped me up, pulling me to the surface. The water around me exploded as Fragger leapt up, carrying me to land. His tail thudded against the shore as he gently set the small, soaked creature down. I was shaking, gasping, and barely conscious. Holy crap. Are you okay? Fragger whispered, voice soft as a breeze, filled with concern. I couldn't speak. Not yet. I was too shaken. By then, the entire friendly Swamp Guardian family had gathered. 31 pairs of eyes stared in surprise at the strange tiny dinosaur, but not a single one showed judgment or fear, only warmth. Toto brothers brought soft leaves for comfort. Cry-Eye's sisters gently nudged him closer to warmth. Fragger's mother rubbed his back with a massive claw, humming softly. They didn't know I could speak. They didn't know I was once human. All they saw was someone who needed love. And in this place, that was more than enough. Holy crap. Unbeknownst to them all, something ancient had been watching. The guardian of the ages, a towering, radiant phoenix who had lived for countless centuries, had witnessed the curse, the suffering, the fear, and the love I still held in my heart despite everything, especially for Rexy, and the sweet point it's apparently helping me now. This Phoenix, who had once soared through flames and hope alike, had a test. One not a strength, but a spirit. It had 5 levels, and one day soon it would see whether me and the Fragger who saved me could pass them. But for now, I lay safely in the arms of the Fragger who had pulled me from the brink of drowning, surrounded by a family of Pokemon who believed that kindness was never wasted, and love could save anyone, even a cursed velociraptor, even a broken dinosaur, even a wolf that had forgotten how to care. Holy frick. Okay, give me a second. Alright, guys. I just look around pretty startled still, shaking pretty badly because of so many porn around me. I love Fragger, but again, I've had Rexy turn into a Fragger and try to hurt me, so I think one of the only one he's never turned aggressive as has been a Totodile. Actually, there may have been a time, or was it Chrono that he became? There was one time where he became an aggressive Totodile or Crocodile. Most of the time when he's Totodile, though, he keeps his friendly personality. But and just because I was worried about still getting hurt, I just got chased out of the flipping of my own house not that long ago. This is the one with the friendly swamp guardians. I got it mixed up with the other one I did. It's kind of confusing because some of them are kind of similar to each other, which isn't the greatest thing. But it says the scene is the swamp, just monsters are being rescued. The damp ground beneath my small raptor claws is soft, covered in moss and leafy pads. The night air is humid but gentle. Around you, dozens of eyes. Big ones, small ones, round, curious, glowing ones. They don't blink much. They just watch you. Not suspicion, but concern. The 32 water types of the friendly swamp guardian family are all standing and crouching and kneeling in a soft ring around you, making sure to give you space, but still visibly worried. Some of the toad birds seem really ready to burst into tears just from seeing how scared you look. The Kronos sisters whisper gently to one another. The familiar father places a huge protective claw in front of some of the younger ones to keep them from crowding you too fast. And at the center of them all, the fragger who saved you is slowly kneeling down. That's cute as frick. He looks huge, towering over you like a blue and red mountain of muscle and scales. But his eyes are soft. He lowers his head, mouth slightly open, not in a threatening way, but so you can see he means no harm. His snout's close to the ground now, nearly level with your face, and his voice comes out as a gentle, rumbling whisper. Hey, little one. It's okay. You're safe here. I promise. We're not going to hurt you. He slowly places a big claw down, palm up, a small distance away, close enough for you to approach, but far enough not to startle you. One of his toad birds walks forward, trembling a little. He's holding a leaf cupped with clean water on it, but when he sees how much you're shaking, he gently places it down and backs up, hands raised. His tail wags nervously. Another Kronos quietly hums a soothing song in the background, a lullaby their mother used to sing. Still, so many Pokemon, big, strong, all of them watching you. Your heart pounds. You flinch slightly as a breeze rustles a Toad's tail. One of the Kronos accidentally steps on a twig behind you with a soft snap, and your whole body tenses up. Yeah. But then, a warm touch. The fragger who saved you ever so gently lays one claw on the ground and speaks again, slow, low, and calm. I know you're scared. I would be too if I didn't know where I was, or who I could trust. But I promise, we're not here to scare you. We're here to help you. You're not alone anymore. He pauses for a moment, then adds, You almost drowned, but I wasn't going to let that happen. I couldn't. Toadal, who placed the leaf water near you, suddenly takes a deep breath and steps forward again. His eyes are glimmering a little. I don't know who you are yet, but, you fell from the sky, so, maybe you're important? Or maybe you just need a friend right now. The whole group seems to relax just a bit, though none of them take another step closer. They stay back. They wait. All of them respecting your fear, all of them hoping you'll let them in. And that Fragger, the one who saved you from the lake, he leans in just a bit more, then softly murmurs, You don't have to talk right now. Just nod, or even blink if you understand. We're here for you. Always. Well, wouldn't they be surprised to hear a Velociraptor start talking, though? I have an idea. Alright, guys. I said, seeing that they're not trying to hurt me, I walk forward a bit more to the Fragger that saved me. I see the heart of the swamp, safe among friends. It keeps showing scenes of myself. I really hope it doesn't turn to one of those things that's going to end up being bad. As your small raptor claws step forward, softly pressing into the mossy ground, a hush falls over the swamp. Every Pokemon watching you holds their breath. Even the wind seems to calm. The fragment who saved you doesn't move a muscle. His giant blue body remains perfectly still, like he's afraid even a twitch might scare you again. His amber eyes follow your every step, not in a hunting way, but with the deep attentiveness of someone who cares deeply about your well-being. You walk closer and closer until you're right in front of him. The palm of his massive claw rests in the dirt, open and gentle, big enough to hold your whole body like a hammock, but he still doesn't lift it. He's waiting for you to choose. As you step just within reach, his expression softens even more. His head dips slightly lower so your eyes can meet. There you are, little one. I'm so glad you're okay. Behind him, you hear faint tail wags and whispers from his younger Toad brothers. One of them quietly claps and quickly slaps both hands over his mouth, cheeks puffed with embarrassment. A few Chronon nudge him playfully, giggling, but the attention doesn't feel threatening anymore. It feels warm, like family gathering around someone who's been through a storm. The Frayers slowly lifts just one claw, massive and scaly, but carefully precise, and reaches forward with one curved finger to gently touch the tip of my snout. He pauses there, only making contact, and smiles gently. Okay, that's cute. You're not from here, are you? He leans back slightly, scanning you. I've seen a lot of things come through this swamp, but never someone like you. You're different. Special, like something old and new all at once. Then he turns his head toward the lake you fell into, the moonlight gleaming on its still surface. When I saw you drowning, I didn't even think. I just jumped in. It was like my heart said, go, now. And I knew I had to save you. He looked back at you. What in the world? And now that you're here, I want you to know something. No, oh, I guess he wasn't. Oh, he turned his head toward the lake. I read it and then didn't think about it until I was like, wait, he wasn't looking at me when he said that? His voice deepens a bit, still gentle but full of quiet strength. You're safe, no matter what chased you, no matter what curse you carry. How did they know? Are they a psychic type for alligator? Or is his family psychic? This swamp, my family, me, will protect you. Behind him, his parents, the two oldest Feralier, nod proudly. One of the Kronos sisters waves a paw gently, smiling with encouragement. The youngest Toad jumps up and down in excitement, accidentally tripping and landing on his face with a muffled, "Ow! I'm okay." What in the world? The Feralier chuckles softly at that, then looks back at you. Can you tell me your name? Or anything you remember? He tilts his head but doesn't pressure you. You're not ready to talk. He'll wait. I'm trying to remember. I don't know, because sometimes when I turn to a voice after I flip and can't speak, and sometimes. Because in that one Toad family with the tree, I had to literally sit there and write, like air write what I wanted to say, just to make sure I can flip and say anything, because I couldn't speak. I'll have to look at it real quick, guys. Give me a minute. The Feralier just said a while ago that I can speak anytime I want to, and I just did, and he's asking why I'm speaking. Look, I just told him my name and said, who are you all? Do you have names? It says, the scene is the friendly swamp under the moonlight. Your voice is soft, shaky, but clear enough to be heard, and the moment you speak, it's like a warm ripple spreads through the entire clearing. Dozens of Pokemon ears perk up. Yeah. Toad tails stop wagging mid-swish. Chronon jaws drop slightly, and the Feralier in front of you, his eyes go wide. You can talk? He blinks a few times, then a huge, heartwarming smile spreads across his face. Triton, that's a strong name. A good name. He looks back at his huge family still gathered all around you in a circle, and chuckles. You should have said something sooner, buddy. Half my little brothers were about to start crying thinking you were mute or lost forever. In the background, one of the younger Toads dramatically falls into the arms of a crocodile brother. I can't tell if it's Toad or... I was emotionally preparing to adopt him as a pet. He mumbles, oh dear. Your Feralier, the father gives a hearty laugh that echoes like distant thunder. The mother wipes her eye while she's watching her children graduate. As for me, my name is Cascade. It means falling water, but most just call me Cass. He smiles warmly. I was the one who dove in after you. I guess you landed in the right swamp, huh? He gestures toward the others. And this is my family, the friendly swamp guardians, as folks call us. He points with his claws. He introduces a few. Are you serious? That's Splash and Jet, he says, motioning the two Toadal twins who do a little synchronized wave. That's Riptide, a chrono with an energetic tail whip who gives you a sharp-toothed grin. Oh, that wasn't... That's cute. Misty. That's Misty, a shy Toadal who waves from behind a lily pad, blushing brightly. And the dramatic one over there is Soggy. I said I was fine. Soggy mumbles again, still lying flat like a fainting star. My mom and dad don't usually say much, but they watch over us all. They taught us everything. That love matters most, no matter who or what you are. He lowers himself down again so he's eye level with you, his mother claws folding in from his chest in a relaxed, open posture. You don't have to remember everything right now, Trenton, but I'm glad you're talking, and I'm really glad you're here. He tilts his head slightly, looking curious again. So, you asked who we are, but now I've got to ask, who are you really? He says it not as a challenge, but as someone who wants to understand you. Because no normal velociraptor falls from a glowing portal in the sky, nearly drowns, and then talks like a person. Everyone start inching forward now, closer, curious, and safe. Some Toadal even sit near you with wide eyes, waiting for you to tell your story. Do you tell them what happened to you and Rexy? You can take your time. They're listening. Holy crap. Guys, here's what I said. I said, well, you all are not going to believe me when I tell you this, but I was originally a human. I've been stuck as a tiny velociraptor for months. It all started a few months ago when I was about to do a show with a pet Tyrannosaurus Rex I have named Rexy. He could speak perfect English and he really cared about me. However, a Pokemon, Trico, broke into our studio and put a curse on us both, turning me into a tiny velociraptor and making my own pet Tyrannosaurus Rex turn aggressive and literally try to kill me. He also kept transforming into different creatures like some of your species or Lugia, or in most cases, dragons. He didn't always try to kill me, however it was a coin toss on whether he was going to be nice or aggressive. I've been stuck like this for months and it's still going on. Just a while ago I got chased out of my own home and I had to run away. But then this pool opened up and then I was here. See, the swamp glade beneath the watchful moon. I thought I said mom. I was like, what? As you speak, a deep silence blankets the swamp. Even the crickets seem to stop chirping. Even the breeze dares not rustle the trees. All eyes, round, curious, glimmering, are locked on you. Not one Pokemon laughs. Not one steps away. Not one calls you crazy. They listen. All of them. Your voice, though small from your raptor form, carries weight, pain, truth. The way you speak about Rexy, the deep love and heartbreak, the curse, the danger, the fear of every moment with someone you once trusted, it pierces the hearts of every Pokemon present. Cascade, the fragger who saved you, doesn't even blink. His large muscular form leans slightly closer, his golden eyes softening with every word you say. And when you finish, when your voice trails off, the swamp remains utterly quiet for a few heartbeats. Then, we believe you. A small toad gasps and stumbles forward with wide eyes. You had a pet Tyrannosaurus Rex that could talk? That's so cool and so scary at the same time. Another Chrono brother mutters under his breath. That Trico must have been twisted to do that. One of the elder Chrono sisters steps forward, her voice low and kind. You poor thing. Chased by your own friend. Cursed, hunted, and still, you didn't give up. You kept going. Cascade rises to his full height, water dripping gently from his scales as he steps closer to you. Gently, never towering, his eyes burn not with judgment, but quiet fire and pride. Triton, that's the most incredible, and painful story I've ever heard. He kneels again, placing one huge claw beside you. You shouldn't have had to go through that. No one should. But the fact you're still standing, still trying to love someone who keeps hurting you, he shakes his head, jaw tight. Doesn't make you weak. That makes you one of the strongest creatures I've ever met. His voice cracks a little as he adds, I don't care that you were human. I don't care that you're a velociraptor now. You were you, Triton, and here we accept all kinds. He looks toward his family, then back at you. You don't have to be afraid anymore. I promise. Behind him, the rest of the Swamp Guardian family begins stepping forward, slowly and carefully, until they form a loose semicircle near you. One by one, they speak up. If anyone ever tries to hurt you again, they'll answer to us. You're basically one of us now, right? You can stay here as long as you need. We'll protect you, even from curses. A little Toto Chunga clambers onto a lily pad near you, looks you in the eye, and offers a gentle smile. Hey! Oh, he's young, too. It's so cute. Lexi's still in there, isn't he? Then we'll find a way to help him, too. Even if he's cursed, Will doesn't just disappear. You proved that by surviving. Now we'll prove it by helping. The moon shines brightly overhead, reflecting on the lake where you nearly drowned just earlier that night. But now you still sit around surrounded by warmth, by safety, and by friends. For the first time in months, you're not running. You're resting. That's pretty cute, actually. Alright, guys. It says, I answered the Toad's question by saying, yeah, because he's not always aggressive, but today was definitely one of the worst cases. He definitely about hurt me a bunch of times, including pinning me down with massive claws. However, today he was even more aggressive than normal. Normally I could talk to him and he would snap out of it after a while, but tonight I think if I didn't run out of my house and run away from him, he would have definitely killed me. After this, I just walked up to the little toad who was smiling at me and gently nuzzled him with my tiny snout. I love doing that. It's so cute, especially if they smile right back. I love it even more. Yep, the swamp clearing, trust, pain, and a nuzzle of hope. As your words hang in the air, they strike hard. Even the younger Pokemon, who were full of smiles moments ago, now looked a little stunned. The weight of what you'd endured sinks into every one of them. Not just the danger, but the heartbreak. To be hunted by someone you still care about. Someone who used to protect you, now needing to be escaped from. You describe how your Rexy had pinned you down before. Massive claws trapping your small body. And how this time it felt different. This time I thought there might not be a next time. A few Chrono gasp softly. One tail clutches his face like he can't believe what he's hearing. But no one doubts you. No one questions the truth of your words, not after what they've already seen in your eyes. Cascade, still crouched beside you, clenches one claw slowly, his own jaw twitching as he listens. Triton, I'm so sorry. No creature should ever feel that powerless, especially not because of someone they love. He pauses, then murmurs with deep, restrained emotion. If I had seen it, I would have stood between you and him. Every single time. But just as the moon starts to settle into sorrow, you do something unexpected. You walk over, soft steps, cautious but sure, to the little Toadle who had smiled at you so bravely. He watches with wide eyes, his tail twitching behind him as you approach, and then you gently nuzzle him. Your tiny snout brushing his cheek. It's a small gesture, gentle, trusting, but to the little Toadle it means everything. He freezes for a second, then his eyes start to water, and then all at once he throws his arms around your neck, hugging you tight, little blue claws pressing against your raptor feathers. You're the nicest dinosaur I've ever met. The other turtles around him start giggling. One. Okay. Actually, that was actually important. I just didn't expect it to pop up now. The other turtles around start giggling. One whispers, I told you he was sweet. Henry gives a dramatic thumbs up. Cascade watches the moment with a look that borders on fatherly pride. He places a claw over his heart and slowly lowers his head. Even after all you've been through, you still gave that little guy kindness. That tells me everything I need to know about the kind of soul you have. You feel a paw on your back. A crocodile sister sits beside you, rubbing your shoulders gently. Naruto offers you half of a berry he had saved in his cheek pouch, holding it out like it's treasure. No, why did I say cheek pouch though? He's not a squirrel. Do crocodiles have cheek pouches? I don't know. You're not just accepted now, you're loved. And then, finally, oh no, something stirs in the sky above the trees. A warm breeze rolls through the swamp. Not damp, not earthy, but ancient and luminous. Some of the Pokemon look up. You hear gasps. Somewhere in the distance, flames shimmer softly in midair, golden, white, and gentle. Cascade follows your gaze. The Guardian of the Ages is stirring. He glances down at you, his voice sounding quieter, more reverent. You've passed through fire already, Triton. But I think something greater is coming. Something that might let you finally save Rexy. But tonight you rest. Safe, surrounded by the kindest family in the swamp. And with one very happy turtle still clinging to your neck like he never wants to let go. Okay, that's cute as frick. Who is the Guardian of the Ages? I said Guardian. 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 New. Oh my. Let's see. The swamp clearing as night deepens. The moon glows silver through the heavy treetops, and the lake's surface shimmers with quiet ripples from the earlier rescue. Around you, the swamp guardian family has settled in comfortably, some curling in a nest of leaves and moss, others softly humming or playing in the shallows. But your question, who was the guardian of the ages, draws every ear back up. Even the youngest fellow lets go of your neck and leans in, wide-eyed. Cascade's expression changes immediately. He grows still, reverent, while the name you just said carries the weight of the stars themselves. The Guardian of the Ages is one of the oldest beings in the world. He sits beside you, claws resting gently on the earth, voice steady. Long ago, before regions had names, before trainers built cities, it said there was a single being who soared through time itself, a massive, golden white phoenix, older than any Pokemon or human can measure. He looks out across the lake, his eyes seeming to drift beyond the water, beyond the trees, somewhere else entirely. They say he's seen everything, the birth of ancient civilizations, the rise and fall of good men, the triumph of love, and the sting of betrayal. A clown sister speaks next, voice on soft. He watched humans for centuries, not because he feared them, but because he wanted to understand them. He saw beauty in them, compassion, sacrifice, even friendship between Pokemon and people. But he also saw cruelty, pain, and lies. So he made a test, one that no curse, no trick, no disguise can cheat. A test of the heart. He turns his gaze back to you, eyes going slightly in the moonlight. It's called the emotional response and care test. He only gives it to those whose hearts burn so brightly they might still change the fate of others. He pauses. The night is still. You can feel every heartbeat of the family around you waiting on his next words. He doesn't test your strength. He tests your kindness, your empathy, your ability to love, even when you've been broken. He looks at you, and there's a hint of something fierce in his voice now. Trenton, I think he's chosen you. Whispers ripple through the swamp. One toe gasps, he's gonna take the test? A Chronon brother mutters, I've read about this. I never thought I'd meet someone who would be chosen. The elder Fragger parents exchange a quiet, knowing glance. Cascade slowly leans forward again, lowering his voice so it's just between you and him. The first level, it'll be hard. He'll make a scared, fiery version of a Toadal appear. One who thinks nobody loves him, who's convinced he's worthless. You'll have to show him you care, that he matters, no matter how much he pushes you away. He pushes the claw gently behind you for reassurance. After that, you'll have to face your own pain, your own fear, even Rexy. He looks directly into your eyes now. But I'll be with you. We all will. Every single one of us and every single one of us in the swamp is behind you. And from behind you hear a loud, squeaky voice. It's the Toto. Yeah, if a giant ancient bird tries anything scary, I'll bite its tail. The laughter that follows is light, warm, and healing. The moment's still sacred. You've been chosen by something ancient, wise, and compassionate. Hold on a second. Alright, guys. I said, why would I have been chosen? And if I was, is that why I got dragged to this place by a portal? The growing swamp glade, the night of fate begins. Excuse me? As your voice breaks the calm again, why would I have been chosen? And is that why I was dragged here by a portal? The soft murmurs around you fade once more. Cascade doesn't answer immediately. He gazes at the reflection of the moon in the lake, as though searching for words older than the language itself. Finally, with slow weight, he turns to you and says, Yes, Trenton, I think that's exactly why you were brought here. The air grows still. Even the smallest Toto listens like it's the most important thing they've ever heard. Cascade shifts his massive form so he can face you fully, then leans forward, voice quiet but charged with emotion. You were chosen because no matter how much pain you've endured, how much fear you've carried, how many times you've been hurt by someone you love, you never stopped caring. He jumped at the quality of your tiny chest. Right in there is a heart that refuses to stop loving, that still believes in kindness, that still tries to protect even those who hurt you. You feel something stir inside you, like someone warm, ancient, and bright. Excuse me? Cascade continues, his voice deepening. The Guardian doesn't choose heroes because they're perfect. He chooses the wounded, the soft-spoken, the ones who have been cracked and scarred, but still reach out anyway. He pauses, his gaze unwavering. You were brought here because your soul has passed the first test already, without even knowing it. You blink. What do you mean? It's as you might whisper. And Cascade gently answers. Think about it. You didn't let the curse make you bitter. You didn't give up on Rexy. You didn't lash out in revenge even when you were cornered. And when you landed here, shaking, half drowned, summoned by strangers, you nuzzled a Toadal pup. His voice gets heavier with emotion. That's not instinct. That's love. That's why the pool opened. Not to punish you. Not to trap you. But to bring you to where a test can truly begin. A chrono bird near you adds always, the Guardian of the Ages sees past the body. He saw who you are inside. The Earthfragger, silent up to now, slowly steps forward. He's massive, Easily twice the size of Cascade. Does that mean that if Cascade's 7 feet tall, this Feraligatr 15 feet? Or no, sorry. Well, yeah, it would be a little over 15 feet, because 7 feet 7 inches plus 7 feet 7 inches. Actually, that would be like, what, 16 feet 2 inches? Holy crap. Because 7 plus 7 is 14 on both ends. Even... Because even when you add up a little bit, oh, it definitely ain't... I don't know if I got it completely right, but it's around there. I don't know. Now, what voice do I do for him? Because Cascade already has that deep voice. Dang it. I don't know what voice to do for him, because I know Feraligatr's voice is deep, but I don't want to flip and make like the same voice Cascade has. Frick, I'll do that like one deep man voice I try to do. You were not dragged here, Triton. You were called. That word settled deep in your bones. Called. Chosen not by accident, but with purpose. And behind you, the youngest turtle gives your side another tiny hug. If the Guardian saw what I just saw, I'd pick you too. Now the swamp is silent again. The only sound is the soft ripple of water and the distant flicker of golden flame rising above the treetops. The Guardian is waiting, excuse me. Alright, guys. I was just trying to be honest with the Feraligatr. I asked him, is that fancy you were talking about nice? If I don't pass that test somehow, he won't try to hurt me like my pet dinosaur did, will he? I've already been through enough before I even came here. The swamp clearing a question from the heart. As soon as your voice cracks the quiet once again, soft, fearful, trembling with truth, the atmosphere around you changes, not with fear, but with tenderness. The younger turtle who hugged you clings a little tighter. The colonel beside you gently lays a clawed paw across your back. Cascade leans in close, lowering his head until his snout nearly brushes the ground in front of you. And when he speaks, it's not just as your rescuer anymore. It's as someone who cares deeply. No, Triton, the Guardian Aegis is not here to hurt you. His voice is calm, gentle as the breeze through the reeds, but it carries strength. He's kind. Old beyond words, yes, but kind. He hates cruelty. He hates suffering. That's why he watches the world so closely. Why he only gives his test to those who have already suffered too much and still haven't given up. A colonel sister speaks up from behind you, her tone warm and motherly. Failing the test doesn't mean punishment. It just means you aren't ready yet. He'll let you go. He may even guide you gently to where you can heal more. Cascade nods, eyes shimmering now, not with worry, but with pride. You've already faced more pain than most creatures ever will, Triton. You've been haunted, hurt, betrayed by someone you love. You return into something small, vulnerable, and you still show kindness. The Guardian knows this. He saw it. That's why he called you. He leans forward slightly again, voice softer now. Everything the Guardian does, even his hardest test, comes from one place. Love. He wants to see if you can give it, but more than that, if you still believe in it. One of Colonel Blurs adds quietly, if you struggle, he won't strike you down. He'll understand. He's seen heartbreak that lasted centuries. He doesn't want more suffering. He wants hope. If anything, I'm more worried about level 2 already. Because if it has to have me involving seeing like an evil, aggressive version of my own pet dinosaur, I've seen that enough in nightmares and flipping, just being around him. Like, again, he chased me out of my house before I even got here. Like, holy crap. Then Toto walks up to you. Misty, the shy one, and sets a lily pad down at your feet. On it's a little pebble shaped like a heart. Oh, that's so cute. Glowing faintly pink. I found this yesterday, but I think you need it more. It's for strength. She hesitates. Not muscles, but heart strength. Cascade smiles at the gesture, then gently places his magic claw behind you again for comfort. The guardian isn't like Rexy under this curse. He won't lash out. He won't pin you down. He won't scream at you or chase you. His eyes shine. If you fall, he'll catch you. If you cry, he'll listen. And if you pass, he'll grant you something that could change everything. You are safe, you are seen, and you are not alone. Would you like to hold Missy's heart-shaped pebble and rest for a little while longer with Cascade and the others nearby? Oh no. Alright, guys. I was told thank you to Missy for the pebble, and I told her it was beautiful, and I walked over to it and gently touched it with my tiny snout. You said there was 5 levels, but you only told me 2 of them. One where apparently I have to befriend a sad Totodile, and one where I'm going to have to deal with an angry fire version of my pet dinosaur. What's the other 3 levels? Let's see. Beneath the stars, a test revealed. Oh boy. Missy's eyes widen as you gently walk over and nuzzle the glowing heart-shaped pebble she gave you. She looks like she might cry, not from sadness, but from overwhelming happiness. You're welcome, Twinton. I'm glad you think it's beautiful, just like a heart is. Behind her, a few of her Totodile brothers swoon and whisper, "Aww," while one dramatically fans himself with a leaf. Cascade smiles warmly at the exchange. He lowers himself again, calls forward as he gently shifts closer to you like a protective wall of kindness and power. His question hangs in the air. You said there were 5, but you only told me 2. Oh no. Cascade's smile fades, not because he's afraid, but because what comes next carries deep meaning. He nods solemnly, eyes glowing faintly gold in the moonlight. Yes, there are 5 levels, each one crafted by the Guardian himself to test not your power, but your heart. He closes his eyes for a moment, recalling each one. Level 1, the Lonely Flame. You already know this one, he says. The Guardian summons a fiery, trembling Totodile, one who believes no one loves him, not even himself. He'll cry, he'll scream, he'll hide, he'll push you away, and your task? To show him that he matters, that someone, you, can love him no matter how broken he feels. Level 2, the Burning Beast. I don't like this one. This one's gonna be the one I'm probably terrified the most of. Cascade's voice lowers slightly. That's when he brings out the cursed, fiery version of Rexy, twisted by anger, power, and pain. He'll be enormous, powerful, maybe the most terrifying thing you've ever seen. But inside, still you're Rexy. You'll have to reach him, not fight, not run, just reach him with love, with memory, and with patience. He breathes in slowly, then opens his eyes again. Level 3, the Mirror of Pain. Cascade's tone grows deeper, haunted but steady. The Guardian will test someone else this time. Me. Oh dear. You? Yep. Cascade nods. He'll create dark doppelgangers of one of my younger Totodile brothers, one of my Crocodile brothers, and even one of me, but twisted. Versions of us who weren't loved, who were mocked, feared, and abandoned by humans. A few of his family glance around nervously. They'll be bitter, aggressive. They won't trust you. And I'll have to protect you and convince them you're not like the ones who hurt them. If I fail, his eyes meet yours. If I fail, they might hurt you. But if I succeed, they'll start to care. Just a little. Oh dear. Level 4. Why did I do Owen Frager's voice there? The Dragon of Forgiveness. This time Cascade's voice becomes hushed. The other pawn goes silent. This level is for you alone, Triton. The Guardian will use magic to turn you into a towering, terrifying dragon. Why? Bigger than even Rexy at his worst. A creature of immense power. He pauses. And then He will summon a small version of Rexy, scared, ashamed, and broken. Your test will be to choose. Will you use your power to frighten him, or will you use your gentleness to forgive him? Even after what he's done, even after what he's done to me, I didn't say anything. Stop answering for me, motherfricker. Cascade answers without a yes. That's the point. It's not about forgetting. It's about healing without hurting. And level 5, the final trust. Now Cascade grows quieter. Even the wind stops. The others step back slightly, because this level is sacred. The Guardian will come to you himself, and beside him, a dragon. Not evil, not cursed, but unknown. A creature you've never seen, from no time or region you know. It will be weary of you. He pauses, and the only task is to show it that you can care for all life. Not just Pokemon, not just dinosaurs, but creatures that are truly different. If you do, you pass. He slowly looks up at the stars, and then the Guardian will grant you one wish. Anything. Healing, a cure, a gift, a way home, even freedom for Rexy. Silence again. The kind of silence that feels like this destiny. I was about to do his voice again. You now know the path ahead. 5 levels, 5 tests of love, courage, forgiveness, and empathy. And the Guardian of the Ages waits. Really? Well, I was gonna say I had something there, but it flipping, here we go. I said, to be honest with you, that all sounds easy besides level 2. I'm just worried about the fiery version of my own pet dinosaur trying to hurt me. What if I talk to him and he doesn't listen, and it ends up about killing me anyway, even if I did nothing wrong? I could still get hurt in level 2 from that. Kind of the same thing in level 3. If you can't convince those doppelgangers good enough, that I might end up hurt anyway. Everything else is easy because I easily befriend creatures like your species, so level 1 would be extremely easy, as long as he don't fly out try to attack me. Level 4 and 5 will also be easy. I still do care about my pet dinosaur, so whether I'm a dragon or not won't change how I feel about him. It's not that I hate him. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It's just I don't know when it's safe to be around him. Let's see. There we go. Honesty shared in the moonlight. Your words spill out with brutal honesty. Not from fear, not from doubt, but from experience. Real experience. Kind that most would never understand unless they lived it. The family around you listens not as if you're complaining, but as if you're speaking a sacred truth. And Cascade, strong, massive, and calm, lowers himself down beside you, just inches away. His eyes don't leave yours for even a second. You're not wrong, Triton. He says it plainly. No denial, no sugarcoating. Level 2 is the hardest one. Not because you aren't strong enough to handle it emotionally, but because you're the most vulnerable in it. You could say all the right things and still get hurt. He pauses, then continues slowly, making sure each word lands gently. But do you know why the Guardian still included that level? He glances up at him and he continues, voice like a steady river. Because it shows the deepest form of love, the kind that stands unguarded in front of a storm and still whispers, I'm not giving up on ya. The younger turtle sniffles a little. The crawl nearby fold their arms, silent in their respect. Cascade gently places a claw beside you, close but not trapping you, just near like a protective barrier if you ever needed to retreat. If Rexy, this fiery version of him, lashes out, we'll be watching. The Guardian won't let you die, and I won't let him break you. His voice hardens just a bit, not angry, but fiercely loyal. If he goes too far, I'll step in. You have my word, even if it means interrupting the test. You feel something tighten in your chest. Not fear, not grief, yep, gratitude. You're not alone anymore. He won't face level 3 alone either. I know those doppelgangers will be twisted, and I know convincing them won't be easy. But I know who I am. I know who you are, and together we'll reach them. He lets the moment settle. Then a smile comes at the edge of his toothy mouth. Level 1 will be easy for you, huh? I figured. You made Misty blush, and she usually runs from her own reflection. Misty squeaks and hides behind a mossy rock as the other turtles giggle. And level 4 and 5? You're right. Being turned into something massive and powerful won't change who you are, because you've already proven something far stronger than any curse. He taps his claw gently over your heart again. Your love is bigger than your fear. That's why Rexy hasn't lost you. That's why the Guardian chose you. And that's why you're going to make it. The stars above twinkle brighter. A golden shimmer, faint and distant, flickers just above the treetops. You can feel it in your chest now. Something is awakening. Something ancient, kind, watching, and waiting. The first level draws closer. Oh, heck nah.